Now, this is what I'm talking about. That's the best cover we've done in a long time. Take a good look at it, people. I want to see more like this. I like that model. She's fresh. We should book her for the December cover.
That's months away.
Donald, look at those eyes. By December, her price will be double. Let's see the copy.
How sexy are you? 20 probing questions.
Probing, I don't know. It's so clinical.
So's this article.
Not after you rewrite it?
Rewrite it. Elena, we close this issue tomorrow.
Then that gives you the rest of the night. People, come on. We're selling romance. If Belle's 2 million subscribers wanted clinical, they'd read a medical journal. Now, come on. Let's hear something.
We got him arrested tomorrow. What would you suggest?
Penetrating.
Penetrating?
Yes. How sexy are you? 20 penetrating questions. Well?
You've got him fighting mad in the Midwest again.
What?
Last month's Big O issue, our Kansas distributor was really tarred and feathered for it.
Really?
Yes.
How many copies came back?
Zip, it was a sellout in the entire state.
Good. Call publicity. I want them to take out ads in all the local papers thanking all those lovely people in Kansas for all their support.
Laura Lee Webster called Profiles wants to shoot a segment on you.
You tell her that she can use that old interview.
I told her that. She wants to do something new.
Excuse me. Can you look at these for a second, please? Mm-hmm. They like that.
Yes.
And that?
Uh-huh. Very good. Oh, that's good. That's very good. You are talented, aren't you?
Well, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
About Laura Lee and Profiles, I think
By the
we
way,
should
he's not going to last.
Let's go with that one.
Paul, you just
Donald.
said... Donald? Elena, you just hired him.
And I can just fire him. It's his attitude. He is so arrogant. Do you think he'd be that way if he had a male superior?
Elena, he's a good writer, and he's an even better
Did you
editor.
check him out?
Thoroughly. His references were impeccable. We know everything about him down to his last Christmas Club contribution. I think you should give Donald another chance.
If he's not careful, all I'm going to give him is 2 weeks' notice. I didn't mean that. I know. I get so cranky lately. I don't know. I miss him, you know. Is it funny? It's been nearly a year and a half, and I still miss him. Can't believe he's dead. You know what happens every once in a while? I'll be in a meeting or at a fashion shoot, and I think, why hasn't Clive called me? I get angry at Donald because he doesn't want to work late because I do work late. I don't want to go home because it's quiet there without Clive. I guess I do get lonely.
And whose fault is that? You turned down every invitation you get.
Don't preach.
This is not a sermon, this is the truth. Look, nobody cares about you like I do, but you did not pluck me from obscurity and train me for nothing. We've always been very honest with each other, and I'm here to tell you now that you've got to go out, create a new life, and meet somebody.
That's for you to do.
Oh, no. After my last relationship, I am taking a sabbatical. Don't you try and turn the tables. I'm making you my mission. Bye.
Elena,
Oh, how'd it go?
I'm done.
Good. Then we can go through it.
Oh, Elena, I'm wiped out. Can't this wait? I've been here since 7 a.m.
Donald, you'd better get
Elena.
used to these.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think you... I'll be out here.
No, don't leave. We were finished anyway, weren't we? We can go over this in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
Justin, what are you doing here? I thought Claire canceled dinner.
Yes, I know, but I was on my way uptown anyway, and I figured you'd still be here.
You did you? Is that your very nice way of telling me that I'm getting predictable and boring?
You couldn't be boring if your life depended on it.
You've got a very funny way of making a compliment into a eulogy.
Hey, how'd you know I wanted this?
Oh, I figured you might. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, are you going to tell me what's on your mind, or are you going to make me guess? Or is it about me?
No. About your corporation.
Not my corporation, Clive's corporation.
Well, it's all yours now. And you have to start treating it that way.
No, no, no. That's why I have you. That's your job.
Yes, I know. And that's why I'm advising you to take it public as soon as possible.
Public? Why?
I'm not talking about your magazine. You sure do love it, don't you?
It's just about the only thing I've got left, isn't it?
You know, this might mean everything to you, but to Clive, it was just one of 27 diversified holdings.
Was this something Clive was planning to do?
Yes, he was. And that's why I urge you to finish what he started.
I don't know, Justin. Give me some time.
Well, I wouldn't wait too long. The way the market's acting these days, anything can happen.
Well, it's only money. Certainly not going to bring Clive back.
Okay, we can forget Justin. He's pretty much a stuffed shirt anyway.
Claire! I wish I were in love with Justin. Make life a lot easier.
I'm sure one of these days he'll fall in love with someone.
As for me, did you know that statistically, women my age have a better chance of being killed by a terrorist than remarrying?
Elena, you are not a statistic. You are a catch.
Oh, most men want a 19-year-old, not a woman with her own boardroom. Oh, ouch.
Looks like he wouldn't mind sharing your boardroom.
It's much more your type and your age.
Yeah. Lady, he's heading our way.
Oh, stop.
Yes, come on. Would you stop?
Don't. You're embarrassing me.
Cute. Really? Look, he has got great legs. Do you believe those legs?
Did you stop? You are so bad.
Why? He's one of those cute... Excuse me.
Don't do that.
Do you have the time?
No. But I like your watch.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go. Come on.
Justin!
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve.
See you.
Elena Forrester, Steve Ross.
Well, hello. Nice to see you.
Yeah, we go way back.
Way back. Would you believe 30 years ago, this guy and I go to law school on the same scholarship? Then he starts his own firm, I go to a brokerage, and today he's got a gold mine and I've got hypertension.
And a Swiss bank account.
Did you do? You look 20 years younger. Is she why?
Sorry about that. He's still the same jerk he was at school. How little that puppy? Are you sorry you came? Not exactly your kind of crowd, huh?
Ah, but it is always good to experience the new and the adventures.
And the deeply boring.
And the deeply boring.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, I bet there isn't a guy here who doesn't envy me.
And there is no one here that I'd rather be with.
See someone you know?
No. I thought so, but not really. Oh, look at this. How'd you like to have to wake up to this every morning?
I'm
sorry.
Excuse me.
That Hamilton woman. The tender little story of a timid little shoe salesman from Pittsburgh who falls hopelessly in love with George Hamilton's mother in 1986.
1941. Laurence Olivier, Vivian Leigh. A classic love story of Lord Nelson and Lady Hamilton.
Well, I knew that. In fact, for your information, this was Benjamin Disraeli's favorite film.
Churchill. It was Churchill's favorite film.
Yes, well, it was Disraeli's too. He just wasn't as vocal about it. Am I boring you?
Yes, I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I guess it's just for the first time in my life, a beautiful woman has persisted in following me everywhere that I go. Yes, indeed. You don't think I'd write off all these chance meetings as mere coincidence, do you? No, you're definitely following me. And I'll give you exactly 10 years to cut it out.
Mr.
Eric.
Oh, Eric. Mr. Eric, I don't mean to be rude.
Well, neither do I. So what do you say we both swear it off from now on?
Would you mind telling me why you came in here?
Well, for the same reason you did, to pursue wisdom and higher consciousness through the art and magic of film.
Oh, the Apple Dumpling Gang and Ishtar.
Yeah, it gets worse. I don't own a VCR.
Ah.
Now, all right, if you insist on browbeating me. So there I was, walking down the street, trying to think of the last time something really nice happened to me, and all of a sudden I saw you come in here. And that's what I'm doing here.
What was the nice thing you thought was going to happen to you?
Well, it would have been nice if you had taken one look at me, flown into my arms, and begged me to take you to Paris for the weekend, but I'll settle for buying you a drink. So then Tate says to me, if we had done what you'd wanted, Lewis and Tate would have made $2 million on the market today, which makes you either a genius or a fool. I'm not sure which. So since I was the only guy who suggested selling the stock short before it dropped 60 points, I told him I thought we might make a better case for genius. But if I really was a genius, I would have ignored Tate's orders and sold anyway, or put up my own money and made a killing. But I'm not stupid enough to stand there and point that out to my boss. I'm sorry. Do you reduce all men to babbling idiots, or is it just me?
I'm not sure I know how to answer that. I'm perfectly willing to apologize if I've made you uncomfortable, but since I haven't done anything, that's a little hard.
Believe me, it's nothing that you've done. It's who you are.
Oh, and who am I?
Well, one minute I'm walking along the street, lonely as hell, trying to decide whether or not to pick up a bucket of mystery poultry for dinner or settle for my usual bran flakes, and the next minute I'm here with Elena Forrest.
I don't recall having given you my last name.
You didn't. But after running into you at the park the other day, so to speak, and then seeing you at the party, I wanted to know who you were. There are not a lot of women like you in the Midwest.
I see. I have to go.
Did I say something wrong?
No, it wasn't that. But I still have to go.
You have to go, or you want to go?
I have to go, because I don't want to. Thanks for the wine. Good night. Somebody please tell me what this issue is all about.
Fall fashion. It's a mess.
Well, then let's clean it up.
Well, editorial is immaculate. It's fashion that's causing an identity crisis.
Yes, and he's the straight.
What is an identity crisis?
Well, whatever this issue is, it is certainly not Belle. Editorial and fashion pages are running neck and neck.
True. So why don't we cut some of the fashion pages and put them into next month?
I have promised the designers 50...
I hope this means you've been misbehaving.
We don't try to be. The designers know that. That's why they want their work exclusively.
Just
Belle.
Cover.
Promise me anything. We have to sell magazines.
Do you mind if we talk about the holiday issue?
The holiday issue? We're not even finished with this yet. It's going to the holiday issue. We're going to do this. There's no time to go into that. I'm going to finish the whole issue. No, it's all about that.
I strut around with my big deal Harvard MBA and spend 16 hours a day working very hard at what I do. And have fantasies about having business cards printed up someday saying senior partner Lewis and Tate. But you know what? And you promise you won't laugh.
With you, I don't think I can keep that promise.
Sometimes, when I lie in bed alone at night with only 8 reams of paperwork to keep me warm, I kind of envy those people who are a little less driven and a whole lot happier. You're not laughing?
No, I'm not laughing. Because I do that every once in a while. The only way I can deal with it is that I keep myself very busy, and that way I don't have time to think about it. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse that I love my work so much.
Well, here's to the curse of success and to kindred spirits.
Kindred spirits.
Although, I'm tempted to point out that if you of all people sleep alone, it must be by choice.
I could say the same about you.
I hope that was a huge compliment. Because when I think about it later, I'm going to take it as one. Although I'm tempted to blow it all out of proportion and take it as blatant encouragement.
I don't think you should do that.
Why not?
Because... Now, don't embarrass me. You're a very nice man, and I'm extremely attracted to you, and I've had a very nice time. But, oh, let me put it this way. Maybe you should find yourself a nice girl.
I'm not interested in a girl. I'm interested in a woman.
All right, where is this fabulous cafe?
First things first. Right here.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh, yes.
You must have worked your fingers to the bone.
Well, not to the bone.
I didn't realize you were so domestic.
Well, no. Ah, bravo.
Look at that dress. Well, it's been you first.
It's been a fun night.
Yes, it's been a fun month.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's time we moved on. going running?
I'm a creature of habit.
So am I.
Oh.
Older woman, younger man. Haven't we done this before?
Well, I mean, sort of, where are they now? Follow up. Have the relationships worked? What are the problems?
I don't know why you're pushing this so hard, Elena. It's a soft and segmented story that Belle has done to death. How many of our readers still care?
Well, all of those that are getting older, which means almost all of them. Claire?
With a 78% readership under 30, it just doesn't strike me as the best Belle can do. I mean, I'd rather do another date rape piece. I mean, this Mrs. Robinson bit's pretty passé.
Oh.
Are you mad at me?
You? Why should I be?
Well, I wasn't exactly the support you were looking for in there. Are you okay?
No. I don't think so. I know this sounds rather strange, but, it all happened so fast.
What's happened?
I met someone. Someone special.
Elena? Who?
His name is Eric Chandler, and he's gorgeous and wonderful and sweet and fabulous. Well, you met him, the guy in the park, the jogger.
No.
Yes.
Him?
I know it sounds outrageous, but he has literally swept me off my feet. And I'm loving every minute of it.
Well, why shouldn't you?
I don't know, because I never thought I'd ever feel this way again. It's such a funny feeling.
This sounds very serious. I think I better check this man out.
Oh, no, Claire, don't do that.
Leave it to me. Elena, don't forget we have an advertisers meeting here in 20 minutes. Keep smiling.
So.
Elena,
Hi.
I miss you.
You know, I think you're harder to get a hold of than I am.
Yeah, but look at it this way. Once you've got me, I'm all yours.
Thank God.
Oh, I gotta go back.
You don't want
I have to go back. Let me go.
All right,
I'll see you later.
Don't work too hard. Look. What, lipstick doesn't become me? I don't know. I like a light rouge and a medium heel. See you later.
Anything urgent?
Besides the usual panic? Oh, and Eric Chandler called 10 times in the last 10 minutes.
Thanks.
Okay, hello?
Elena, about these fashion pages.
Later.
Eric Chandler's office.
Is he in for Elena Forrester?
I'm sorry, Miss Forrester. He's not back from lunch. He'll call you back.
Oh. Oh, all right. Thank you. Bye.
Elena?
Can't this wait?
Well, if it could, we wouldn't be chasing you now.
You said you wanted to lose some fashion pages. Pick which.
Yes. Well, you pick.
Us pick since when?
Since now. I trust you. Go. Go. Hi.
Standing on our bridge. Are you going to come?
When?
Right now.
Now?
Yes, right.
But we just
I don't care. Are you going to come?
All right.
Are you coming now?
Yes, I'll be there.
You sure?
Yes.
All right.
What was so urgent?
Elena, you have to help me.
Anything.
I think I'm getting married today, but I forgot to tell the bride about it. And I've heard of absent-minded, but this is ridiculous.
What are you trying to say?
You see, she hasn't actually made a commitment to me. And the last thing she needs is a new husband. And the last thing I want to be is Mr. Elena Forrester.
Eric.
But you see, I am hopelessly in love with her, and I've made plane reservations at 4 o'clock.
Darling.
What?
If we don't hurry, we'll be late.
Hi, Sherry. Oh, look, isn't this a great picture?
I'd like to. May I have your attention, please? To Elena and Eric. And to me for being such a damn good sport about it.
Thank you. Congratulations. Please, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, in case you're wondering, I think we're more surprised about this than you are. And secondly, for those of you who know me very well, I'm sure you'll agree that this poor guy doesn't know what he's in for.
I'd say he's a lucky guy.
I agree.
Well, me too. I mean, after all.
Well, I think this is a wedding I'll never forget. Or remember, for that matter, since we weren't invited. Although I can't say I blame him.
I can't say that I blame her.
Could you guys cut it out, please? Amazing. How did you do that? Well, you better taste it before you thank me.
Now, Eric, don't do that. You're supposed to feed the first bite of wedding cake to the bride, remember?
How can I remember? I've never done this before.
Come to think of it, neither have I. Let's not rub it in, okay?
1, 2. Wait. Does it
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I don't like her.
Who?
Claire.
Claire. Why not?
Well, she tries too hard to be you. And it's not difficult to tell the difference between a poor imitation and the real thing.
Thank you. I'm sorry you don't like her.
And about those photographers.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. I promise that won't ever happen again. I promise. But we are news.
Well, our private life is private. And that's sacred to me. And so are you.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Not at 2 in the afternoon, it isn't.
Now, be careful with this.
Okay, where do you want this thing?
In storage for now, and I'll decide where to put it.
Good morning. What are you doing?
I just thought we'd put this in storage.
Just leave it there, please.
You sure?
Elena, I'm sorry. I just thought...
As long as I'm in this office, that picture stays. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Clive. All right?
Nice going, Claire.
Did you have fun last night?
Not as much fun as you did. Let's start with your call list today. Now, Laura Lee Webster called from Profiles again.
I thought we passed on that.
We did, but well, because of all this coverage of you and Eric, she's back, and this time she's offering you a special solo spot.
You mean the whole hour?
Yes. I tried to discourage her, but she really does want to talk to you.
Awfully good publicity for the magazine, huh? But I don't think Eric would like it.
Well, hopefully you could exclude Eric.
When did she want to do this?
Yesterday.
Oh. Miss Webster.
Call me Laura Lee.
Won't you come in? It's awfully nice of you to come on such short notice.
Oh, Profiles is just a shuttle away, especially for such a fascinating subject. And how many women do you know who start out as a secretary and end up running a publishing empire.
We did this story 5 years ago.
Well, I know, but not with the depth it deserves. And the older woman, younger man concept is such a romantic notion.
Well, I'm afraid we've done that one to death here at the magazine.
Well, you may have done it to death, but it's still romantic, and it's reality. You are living proof that what women read in Belle is not just fantasy.
Laura Lee.
First-class hotel accommodations for makeup, wardrobe, and hairstylist. No problems.
It's my understanding that you agreed that my husband would have no part in this.
Of course. We're not doing a piece on your husband. But for an hour-long interview, I would at least like a shot of him.
Well, you'll have to ask him about that. As for myself, I certainly can guarantee my own participation.
That's all I need. Thank you.
It all happened so fast. It's amazing, you know. It's only been a few weeks and it seems like a lifetime. What are you looking at?
You're glowing.
Am I? Well, isn't he everything I said he was?
Objection. You're leading the witness.
So, how's life in the stock market?
Well, it's tough being the new kid on the block, but
Not for long.
love is blind.
No, seriously. Justin can help. He handles some of the top traders.
Yes, of course. Anything I can do?
No, thank you very much, but I'd like to prove my worth by my work.
Well, Elena tells me that you're working with Lewis and Tate, huh? I've been doing business for them for years. How's my old friend Green and Kaplan doing these days?
Well, fine, I guess, but I really don't have too much contact with the partners.
Yet.
Right, yet. And speaking of work, I have a meeting. Would you excuse me?
Sure.
And don't forget, I have a company dinner tonight.
Can you believe it? He's worse than I am.
Impossible. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Justin. Make sure she behaves.
I'm so glad the two of you got along. You know, in many ways, he's a lot like you.
How much you know about your husband, Elena?
I know I love him, and that's enough.
Yes, of course.
Justin, is that your diplomatic way of saying that I should have Eric investigated?
No, not you. I'll take care of that.
Well, you don't have to worry. Claire has already done that little job, and he passed with flying colors.
Fine. If you're satisfied, I am.
Yes, I am satisfied.
Are you giving any further thought about going public with your companies?
I suppose it's a good idea.
That's a yes?
That's a maybe. All right, that's a possible. Satisfied?
No. But I'm getting there, I guess.
Eric? No, it's me, Mrs. Chandler. I wanted to hang these in Mr. Chandler's closet before I left.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen.
I found Mr. Chandler's calendar behind the couch.
Oh, you're an angel. He's been frantic about this thing.
Good night, Mrs. Chandler.
Good night, Kathleen.
Jogs in the park early a.m. Favorite restaurant, Petrosian, or other similar small, intimate places. Loves biographies of women. He I'm not sure. Take a look at this. Eric's appointment. You stole Eric's appointment? No, I didn't steal it. He lost it, and then we found it, and then I looked at it. I know, I'm not proud of myself, but look at this. I found. Read it. Well, I think this is wonderful. Wonderful? The man studies up on me, and then he moves in for the kill, and you think it's wonderful? Elena, calm down. I've never seen you like this. Well, I don't normally show my... Damn it. It's just that I love him. I love him so much. Elena, I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Let's be rational about this for just 1 minute, okay? Now, Eric Chandler finds the woman of his dreams. To see him around you, it's very obvious. And he makes a concerted effort to win her over. You don't honestly believe that. Yes, I do. Look, he just wants to know your likes and your dislikes. Elena, you could have picked up this information from dozens of magazine articles about you. Have you even considered the possibility that maybe he just wants to please you? I don't know what's the matter with me. I was never this way with Clyde. Well, then don't be this way with Eric. You think I'm being paranoid? I know you're being paranoid. Elena, count your blessings. Don't doubt them. Did you just make that up? Why? It's good. We should use it in the magazine. Elena, you're a machine. I wish. Eric.
When I got home, you were gone. No note, no nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. It was a late meeting at Claire's.
Is everything all right?
Yes, fine.
You must be tired.
Is that an observation or a proposition?
If you have to ask, I don't think I'm doing this right.
Oh, you are doing everything right. Darling, I have to talk to you about something.
Wait.
This is important. You have to listen.
I think it begins with the words, Eric, you drive me wild with desire.
Be serious. Oh, all right. All right. Eric, you drive me wild with desire, and I'm taking Clive Companies public.
Is it something I said?
Oh, Justin said it. That I should divest myself of all of Clive's companies except the magazine. That's the only one that's important to me anyway. Eric. You do understand that we're going to make ourselves a sizable fortune, don't you? One of these days, I must talk to you about your priorities.
We'll try to work it in.
Oh, we will.
Later.
Later?
Maybe.
Maybe. Guess what? Race you upstairs. Now!
Are you sure you have to spend the night in Washington?
Well, they want me to shoot all day today and a little bit tomorrow. Darling.
Come on, one more lap.
No, it's not bad. It's about Clive's companies.
What about?
I just don't want you to worry, that's all. What?
Look who's talking.
No. I just want you to know that you don't have to be involved.
What do you mean?
Well, Justin is going to draw up the prospectus, and he's going to act as my trustee. The only thing that you'll have to do is sign a couple of papers.
Oh. Well, gee, thanks.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing, except that bears kind of an eerie resemblance to a female version of Don't Worry Your Pretty Little Head About It, darling.
That's not it at all. It's just a standard release and disclaimer.
Oh, it's a sort of post-marital prenuptial agreement.
Oh.
How 80s of it.
Oh, Eric, that's ridiculous. Can we talk about this?
No, what's there to talk about? I think I have the picture here. Lewis and Tate will let me in on their most confidential financial transactions, but my own wife prefers to freeze me out.
Oh, Eric, this is not true.
Well, listen, you said it yourself, Elena. Justin Matthews is the man in charge here. And you want me to keep my mouth shut and just do what he tells me. And that's fine. I'm not going to argue about that. But don't you think I deserve to know what's going on? Or don't you think a husband deserves that kind of courtesy? Well, let me tell you something. I don't care about the money and I don't care about the paperwork. But I do care about trust and respect from my wife. Which all of a sudden I don't seem to be getting here.
Oh.
Don't you think the least you could do is discuss this with me before making a decision?
Eric, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. This isn't your office, Mrs. Chandler, and I'm not one of your employees. So don't stand here and treat me like one and expect me to take it.
Eric! 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 I'm sorry, Justin. I'm just not going to make any more decisions without consulting with Eric. And the only way I can do that is if you bring him up to date on all my holdings. As soon as possible is all right with me. I'm heading for Washington. I'll be back tomorrow. The three of us can meet then. Is that all right? Good. You're an angel. Bye.
Good.
Stacy, give me Claire. No, that's all right. Tell her to go by my apartment and pick up the proof sheets. They've got to be in the lab by tomorrow morning.
Okay. Sure thing.
Eric Chandler's office?
No, this is Mrs. Chandler. Is my husband in?
No, he's not, Mrs. Chandler. He hasn't come in today.
What do you mean he hasn't come in today? Never mind. I'll call back.
5 minutes, Elena.
Can I ever leave you people alone for more than 2 minutes? Never mind. I'll deal with it. All right.
Your makeup is fabulous.
Thanks.
Aren't you pleased with the job?
Yes, I am. I've got a problem.
Oh, I have to ask you a
I've
question.
got a problem.
A problem?
Yes. I suppose I shouldn't have called my office to check in, but I've got a crisis, and it's a really big one.
Oh, what do you mean?
Do you think we could do this interview on another day?
Elena, I have an entire crew here. We are 3 minutes
I realize that. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
You're trying to back out again.
No, I really want to do this interview. I do.
When?
I'll call you. I really will. I really will call you. I promise I'll do that. I really will call you.
Sure she will. Jim!
Good afternoon.
May I help you?
I'm Mrs. Eric Chandler. Is my husband in?
Excuse me?
Eric Chandler. Is he in?
Is this a joke?
Can't you answer a simple question?
Excuse me. Yes. There's someone out here who says she's Mrs. Chandler, Mrs. Eric Chandler. All right. I will. Mr. Lewis will be right out.
What about my husband?
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Mrs. Chandler, would you step into the conference room, please?
I can't believe it.
When we read in the papers that you'd married a man named Eric Chandler, we both just assumed that it was some bizarre coincidence.
You've never heard from him again?
When an associate absconds with $4 million of a firm's money, he doesn't send postcards.
I can't believe my husband would have anything.
No, Mrs. Chandler. Not him. Not your husband. The Eric Chandler that we worked with disappeared 2 years ago. He was 53 at the time.
But I've called my husband here a dozen times. His secretary knows.
What number?
555-3823.
That's not even close to ours.
Well, then where am I calling? Who am I married to? Kathleen?
Mrs. Chandler? You're back early.
Is Mr. Chandler in?
No, he hasn't come home yet.
Would you take these upstairs for me, please?
Yes. I was about to leave, but if you feel hungry, I can fix
No,
you
no.
something to eat.
That's perfectly all right. Go right ahead.
Good night, Mrs. Chandler.
Good night, Kathleen.
You all right, darling?
What?
I'm back. When I got in last night, you were out cold, so I slept in the guest room.
Well, I barely remember. I know when I left Washington, I wasn't feeling all that well, and by the time I got home, it was so late that I could hardly function. I don't remember anything that happened.
Let's forget everything else that happened before last night, too. It was a stupid fight to pick. And money's the last thing I want to come between us. You feel better?
Yes. Are you going to your office?
Yeah, looks like we might land a big public stock offering today.
Well, I'm sure you will. I better be going myself. I'll see you later.
Well, I'll let you know. It depends on how the deal goes. I love you.
I love you, too. Alumni records, please. Hello, I wonder if you could help me. I'm trying to locate someone that went to the Harvard Business School between 1982 and 85. Can you look that up on your computer? Oh, you do? Oh, good. Thank you. Hello. Can you find an Eric Chandler between 1982 and 85? Yes, I will. You have no record of that name? What about prior to 82? Oh, it does. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Elena, are you ready? It's time for the meeting.
Yes.
No, I know. I want to book it for Morocco.
No, it's travel system.
Oh, Claire, I was thinking about something last night, and I wanted to run it by you. Do you remember when I asked you to investigate Donald? Yes. Well, don't think about this from a professional point of view. Think about it from a personal one. For every guy out there that's an operator, there's a woman wondering if she can trust him. What if we did a piece telling our readers exactly how to investigate their man?
You mean a story just like checking out your man?
Exactly. What do you think?
Well, I can't say I see Belle readers taking it that seriously.
You can't. Don't you think they're curious?
Elena, curiosity doesn't make good copy. And besides, there's no real story there. I mean, all I did in Donald's case, or Eric's for that matter, was call their employers and their schools. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to think of checking those credentials.
No, you're probably right. Just forget it. Good morning, people.
Morning.
The holiday issue. Let's discuss how we're going to make it better than ever.
Well, you could give back the fashion pages you took away from fall.
Show her something worth wearing. Maybe she will.
What about editorial?
We closed the deal on excerpting the new Clara Bow biography.
Good. Did anyone see the cover shoot?
It seems like it went very well, but I haven't seen the proof sheets yet.
Well, what about the ones I left at my apartment?
Those? It took me all night to find one good shot.
You know, I think the magic camera of Mr. Rufus has run out of tricks. I think it's time we start looking for some younger, cheaper talent.
Like us.
Sorry, but I think you're going to have to finish this meeting without me. I have something to do.
Elena? Where are you going?
I have an appointment.
But I left your schedule totally clean today.
I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have told you. You don't mind, do you?
Elena, you're doing this again. You're keeping yourself so busy, you haven't had time to enjoy that wonderful man you just married. Why don't you take a honeymoon? Huh? Go to some wonderful island paradise? If I had a man as gone on me as Eric is on you, I'd lock him in a grass hut for good.
I'm sure you would.
Well, you should think about it.
I have thought about it. And? Ask me next year. Who's on my private line?
What's going on?
Don't ask me what's going on, Eric. You're the one who's so damn sure of himself.
Where is she now?
How do I know? The bitch just took off. Oh, what was I supposed to do, darling? Just tag along? I want something done with her, Eric. I want it done fast, and I want it done permanently.
Well, that's a pretty sight, Devlin.
Yeah. This is my beat. I used to watch all the old people doing this. Now I'm one of them.
Yeah, but you'll always be young at heart, Lieutenant.
Thank you. It always makes me feel good when I see you, Elena. What was so urgent you couldn't talk about it on the phone?
I'd like to pick your professional brain, okay?
Hey, anytime. You know I'd have done anything for Clive and he'd feel the same way about you. Hey, how's his new husband anyway? Treating you good?
Yeah, fine.
So what do you want to know?
Suppose someone overheard someone, in fact, two people, plotting a murder.
Whose?
The person that overheard.
You're saying someone overheard a plot against their own life?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I get it. You're doing a story for your magazine.
I can't fool you, can I?
Hey, just because his body slowed down doesn't mean his mind has. Now, you say this person overheard an agreement.
Well, not exactly an agreement. A discussion.
On the phone?
That's right. Oh, but the intended victim was the only witness.
Yeah, I got you. And you want to know what the cops can do about it?
Exactly.
Not a thing.
Why not?
Well, one person's word against two with no corroborating evidence. Plus, Remarks that could be misconstrued or over-dramatized equals no case.
You mean there's nothing that person could do for protection?
Against a hit, have him stay awake 25 hours a day, 8 days a week.
That's your best advice?
Seriously?
Yes.
First, safety in numbers. Second, don't do anything to arouse her suspicion.
That's all.
Victim has no case. Anything else?
Oh, yes. Do you think you could do anything about finding a name and an address to go with this telephone number?
Oh, yeah. Hey, no problem.
Good, thanks. You've been a big help, really. Hello?
That you, Lena?
Well, my two favorite men.
Lena?
Justin.
Now, don't forget which one's your husband.
Darling.
Got some great news for you
Oh,
about the public offering we're preparing.
Justin, we've all had a long week. Why don't we just put off talking business?
This isn't business as usual, Elena. You and Eric stand to make $70 million from this deal.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I've got an idea. Why don't we just spend the weekend together? Then we can go through every detail.
Can't. I'll be up in Connecticut this weekend.
Oh. Well, then we'll just talk about it over dinner.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you for a rain check for dinner, too.
You can't. I mean, I can't let you spend another night alone working in that office.
Well, I won't be spending the night alone.
Good for you, Justin.
You have a good time this evening, huh?
Have a good time yourself.
I plan to.
Thought he'd never leave. Come here.
Oh, we'll be late.
For what?
For dinner, for the reservation.
I'll cancel it.
You can't. I mean, I don't want you to because I have a headache and it's been an awful day and I'm starving and I know Kathleen hasn't prepared.
Elena. Look, I have a wonderful idea. Justin's going to have a cozy weekend in the country. Why don't we?
Oh, that is a wonderful idea. In fact, that's brilliant. We might even be able to kill two birds with one stone. I really must finish that interview with Laura Lee, and I'm sure that she would love to go on location.
You, me, and a TV crew for the weekend. That's cozy.
Oh, darling, we'll have lots of weekends in the country together. I promise.
No, I don't like it. I think you've got to use a closer establishing shot.
All right.
It's too far back.
You want to start in tight on the name?
Yeah.
Orly. It's Elena Chandler.
Elena, I thought we'd lost you.
No, you haven't. I just wanted to call to apologize for that disappearing act I did the other day. And to tell you that I'd like to make it up to you. What would you say to you and your crew spending a weekend in the country at our house in Connecticut? We could finish the interview there.
What would I say? I'd say, how soon?
This weekend?
This weekend? Fabulous. I'll get back to you to work out the details.
Call my secretary tomorrow.
Great. Goodbye, Elena, and thanks again.
Well, that's done. Don't be angry, darling. It's business. And it's very important to the magazine.
All I know is how important you are to me. Don't answer that.
I have to. Hello?
Hi, Detective Devlin reporting for the number 555-3823 local exchange.
Go ahead.
I have a listing of Cindy Stoner at the following address. 93 First Avenue. How's that for service?
Oh, that's great, Devlin. Thank you.
And let's get together more often, and who knows what I'll do.
Right. Bye.
Who was that?
One of our researchers. Polishing up a story we're doing for the magazine. Shall we go?
Where?
To dinner.
Why don't we order Chinese in and eat in bed?
Because I don't want to. Shall we go? Who is it?
It's Elena Chandler.
Hello.
What do you want?
Do you know me?
The name sounds vaguely familiar.
Yes, and so does your voice.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Chandler. He's on the exchange. No, he's not, Mrs. Chandler. May I take a message?
May I come in, please?
Why not?
Thank you.
Not quite ready for a spread in your magazine, is it?
Miss Stoner, what can you tell me about my husband?
You mean you don't know about him?
Well, no, I don't. If I did, I wouldn't be here. I need your help.
That's pretty funny coming from you.
I don't know what you're mad at, but I'm not your enemy.
Okay. When I first met him, he was a bouncer in some dive downtown. Big ideas, but no drive. Eric Patterson wanted it all, but he had no intention of working for it.
Patterson?
Yeah. Or at least that's the name he was using when I married him.
You were married?
Didn't last long. I never even took his name. For some reason, he thought that I had money. Or at least that I came from it. When he found out my family was poor, he was history. And so was our marriage. I never heard from him again. Then suddenly he calls me. He has some big deal he wants to cut me in on. Well, I needed the cash, and all I had to do was answer the phone.
Well, thank you. You've been very helpful. You won't mention I've been here, will you?
Oh, what's in it for me?
Double what he's given you.
Deal. You know, Eric is the kind of man who will do anything to get what he wants.
What would you do in my place?
I'd be scared.
What advice would you offer trying to attain?
Well, I'm going to advise him, I suppose it's fair to say that nothing comes easily. If you want something, you really have to go after it. There are no shortcuts, not really.
And cut.
How was that?
It was great for me.
Oh, good.
Oh, so what's next?
That depends on your husband.
Darling?
Having fun?
Oh, well, I was hoping you might have had a change of heart and would agree to appear on camera. I know my audience, and they're going to want to see your Mr. Right for themselves.
No, I'm afraid our private life's private.
Oh, but your wife is a public figure, Mr. Chandler. I'm only asking for an appearance, not an interview.
Just one shot of us together?
That's all.
What I do for love.
Sounds like a yes to me. Let's shoot him, Jim.
Great, we'll do it. Just walk away. We'll lay in a voiceover later. Ready? And action?
Look at him.
The odd couple?
The ideal couple. I wasn't seeing it with my own eyes. I wouldn't believe it.
Neither would I. Cut! Thank you very much. Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
You mean you're done? That's it? I wish you'd reconsider. I was hoping you'd stay the whole weekend.
Well, so did we, but now you can have your privacy. You know, I admit, Elena, at first I wondered whether you were for real. I mean, it all sounded so ideal.
Did it?
And then I observed you at work. I interviewed your employees, like Claire Porter. I saw you and your husband together. You really do have it all, Elena.
Do I? I still wish you'd stay.
I'm impressed. You almost sounded like you meant it.
I do.
It's okay. Hey, if I were married to Eric Chandler, I wouldn't want any company either. But it's sweet of you to ask. And thank you again for hospitality. You were terrific. Thank you.
Bye.
So, they're finally gone, huh?
Oh,
Unfortunately, so am I.
you're going?
Tate called a couple of us back in. What could I say?
On the weekend?
That sounds kind of funny coming from you. What is there, something wrong?
No, it's just
Is just you what? Come on, Elaine, I'm late. It's just you what?
Well, everybody's gone. I wasn't sure I wanted to stay out here alone.
Relax. I'll be back tonight. Bye.
Eric. Oh, you made good time.
Elena, what are you up to?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just going to take a steam.
Wish I was there with you.
Yes, so do I. How's work?
Almost done. I'll be out of here soon and back to you probably in a couple of hours.
Oh, you don't have to rush. I'm tired. I'm only going to go to bed early, and they say there's a big storm coming.
No, I told you I'll be back tonight, and I will. I love you. I'll see you later.
I love you, too.
Chandler's in a meeting, but it's about to break up. Can we call you right back?
How much do you know about your husband, Lena?
The Eric Chandler that we worked with disappeared 2 years ago.
If I had a man as gone on me as Eric is on you, I would lock him in a grass house for good.
When I first met him, he was a bouncer in some dive downtown. Big ideas, but no drive. Eric Patterson wanted it all.
Watching you and your husband together. You really do have it all, Elena.
Who am I married to? I want something done with her, Eric. I want it done fast, and I want it done permanently.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I'd be scared.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh.
Feeling better?
Yes, thank you. Oh, it's frightening being locked in there like that.
Yeah, you've got to do something about those two doors opening up on each other.
Thank God you came along.
Yeah, it's just lucky that I happened to be on the way to my house and saw your lights on. I didn't know you were going to be up here this weekend.
Can you stay with me for a while?
Yeah, sure. That's what you want, yeah. Yes. Gonna have to make a phone call, though. Have a house guest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Yeah. She, drove out to my house early this evening. She's waiting there for me.
She?
Surprised?
Well, yes, of course I'm surprised, but I'm delighted.
I hope so. I hope you'll approve.
Why should my approval mean anything?
It does in this case. That's why it's been so hard for us to tell you. We were afraid maybe that you might not like the idea.
Like what idea?
Your two best friends falling in love.
Claire?
Hard to believe, isn't it? You know, Claire and I knew each other for, well, how long has it been? Over 5 years, right? And there was never anything between us. And we run into each other at Shea Stadium, and it happened.
She went to a baseball game?
She's a bigger Mets fan than I am. I'll give her a call. Have her come right over.
No, don't. No, absolutely not. You came out here to be alone together. You should be together.
What? You sure you're going to be all right here alone?
Oh, I'll be fine. It was an accident. It could have been serious, but you came along.
You sure now?
I'm absolutely sure. Now go on.
All right.
Enjoy yourself.
You know, this should make it a lot easier on you now. I'm sure my love for you has been kind of embarrassing to you at times. I mean, you trying to reciprocate, not being able to because, well, you just didn't feel the same way about me. But I sure loved you very much. Funny. I never could tell you that before. Now that I've got Claire, I can. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Justin, does anyone else know about this?
Oh, we want you to be the first to know.
Well, congratulate Claire for me. Yes, I am surprised, of course. But I'm so happy for you.
Surprised me, too. Never thought I'd ever be content with anyone but you. But she's pretty special, too. Just like your Eric, huh?
Elena. You working?
No, I'm planning.
Planning what?
Get ready, darling. You won't believe what I have to tell you.
Is something wrong?
No, quite to the contrary. Justin and Claire have fallen in love.
Elena, that's not funny. That's cruel.
No, it's true. And we're going to give them a fabulous party just as soon as they announce their engagement. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Imagine, for 5 years, no sparks fly, and then suddenly they run into each other at a Mets game. Darling, is something the matter?
Well, no, I'm waiting for the punchline.
Now who's being cruel? I've got an idea. Why don't we take a bottle of champagne and go over and celebrate with them?
You want to go all the way back to the city?
No, they're here at Justin's house. Don't you remember? He said he'd be out here for the weekend. You don't suppose they'd do something impulsive, do you?
Impulsive?
Yes. You know, like run away and get married the way we did.
Well, why don't you stay here? I'll take the champagne over and come back as quickly as I can.
Are you sure?
Well, no problem.
Well, kiss Claire for me, will you?
Oh.
It's very, very funny. Hello.
Justin, it's me. Can you come over right away?
What is it, Elena? What's wrong?
Don't say anything to upset Claire. Just come over.
You mean right now?
Yes. It is urgent. But not a word. All right?
But Elena...
Justin, what's the matter?
She wants me over there right away.
Why?
I don't know. She wants to see me.
See you about what?
I don't know. Still upset, I guess.
Justin, wait a minute. This is our first weekend together, and you're over there more than you're here.
She needs me.
Oh, Justin, I need you too.
Please, sweetheart. You do understand, don't you?
Oh, I guess so. I really hope Elena's all right, but she has Eric, and without you here, I'm all alone.
Not for long. I'll be right back.
You promise?
I promise.
Justin, I love you.
And I love you.
Hello?
Claire, has Justin left?
Hi, Elena. Yeah, he just left. Look, I wanted to talk to you. Are you all right?
Yes. It is urgent, but more for your sake than for mine.
What do you mean?
Well, I asked Justin to come over here because Eric is on his way over to you. He's on his way to tell you that it's all over between the two of you. Yes, I've known about it for some time. And I told him that he'd have to make his own decision, and he has. I don't suppose I could blame you, Claire. I mean, anyone would be curious after the way I went on about him. But it's over now. I love my husband, and I'll do anything to keep him. Goodbye, Claire.
Sonny, you all right?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I didn't mean to worry you, but come in. I didn't want to talk on the phone. Justin, please sit down. There's something I have to tell you.
Please tell me, what is it? What's the matter?
What happened today was not an accident. Eric and Claire are trying to kill me.
What?
They planned the whole thing. He only married me for my money. I heard them talking. Justin, they're in love. But with each other, not with us. They have been for a long, long time.
Can't believe it.
It's the truth. I'm sorry.
All this time she's been lying to me, telling me how much she loved me, how much...
I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Oh, Eric, spare me.
She's still alive. What the hell happened?
You think I arranged for Justin to save her life? Eric, please give me a little credit.
Believe me, I give you all the credit in the world. In fact, you're smarter than I thought you were.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Smart enough to cover yourself right down the line. Smart enough to stick me with a first-degree murder charge. And just to be sure that I don't pull you down with me, you kiss me off to prison with your arm around your lawyer boyfriend. Now, stop me if any of this begins to sound familiar.
You know, Eric, maybe you're not quite as dumb as I thought you were.
Can you prove any of this?
You want proof? All right. Before I called you, I sent Eric to your house. He should be getting there just about now. I'm sure the two of them will have a great deal to discuss. Shall we go?
You mean you want us to go over there right now and face them?
I want to
with
make
this?
sure they know their little game is over.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Elena, you sure you want to do this? It might be a big mistake. Elena, please, let's talk about it anyway, huh? You're being too hasty about this now.
But I love you!
Oh, please be serious. A line like that may work on somebody like Elena, but it certainly doesn't work on me. You could have cut me out of this anytime you wanted.
What are you talking about?
Is my way of making sure that for once in my life, I don't end up with nothing.
You really think I can let you get away with this?
You bet I do. See, Eric, you don't have a choice.
Claire, wait a minute. Don't be a fool.
You see, Eric, you've outlived your usefulness.
My God. Claire, you wouldn't.
Oh, yes, I would.
No. Think about this.
With pleasure.
Claire, don't.
So long, lover.
No.
Why are you going this way?
It's a better road. The car's gone.
Eric's isn't.
Eric? Eric?
They're not here. I'll look upstairs.
Hello? Yes? Yes? Yes, right away.
Well, they're not here.
You've been down below the other car?
Now we need a winch.
All right, get it set up.
Yeah, we'll send it down right away. Just hang loose. Get some lights out there. Let's strip cars the other way, will you?
Excuse me, Mr. Matthews, do you know the owner of that car?
Yes, Miss Porter, a friend of ours.
Do you know why she and Mr. Chandler are in such a hurry?
No, I don't. They were going to meet us in town for dinner, and we were leaving just as you called. Easy.
I didn't need this to happen.
No, don't.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's been quite a shock for her. I better get her home right away. I'll take care of that later.
Less than 24 hours after this tender moment was captured on film, Eric Chandler was murdered by Claire Porter, Elena's executive assistant and close personal friend. It was a tragedy and a betrayal, one from which any other woman would have needed ample time to recover. But Elena Forrester Chandler is not any other woman. So less than 1 week later, she was back in her office, preparing a special issue for her magazine. Its subject, love, loss, and grief. Elena elaborated further for us from Bell's Manhattan headquarters last week.
Yes, I've suffered my losses. But like many of Bell's own readers, I've learned not only to live with my pain, but to carry on. Not to give up.
That is the essence of Elena Chandler, whose devoted husband lost his life resisting a younger, pathologically jealous woman. Till death do us part, Eric promised Elena. It was a vow he kept to the end. Until next week, this is Laura Lee Webster profiling Who's Making What Happen.
Elena?
Yep.
Ready when you are.
Good. Let's see it.
Christmas cover, hot off the presses. Not bad if I say so myself.
I love it. You might have a future in this business.
You were right about that girl, of course. Her price tripled since we both...
You're joking.
Best ever.
You like this?
I love it.
Good. Flattery will get you everywhere.
You heard it, you're my witness.
Elena,
Yes?
what about the guy who did the layout?
What about it?
What does he get? A raise?
Are you kidding? He's getting paid too much as it is.
Well, money isn't everything, is it?
Want a bet?
Order in the court. This court is now in session. I would like to show you people something. Take a look at that, which you're all familiar with. You give me covers like this and you will make me an extremely happy camper. You give me this, I will not be so happy. This is not our magazine. Let's get to work, please. I'd like to see some of this brilliance coming forth. What's that? Aha! That is the face that makes me smile.